Hello and welcome back to Zara Energy. This is where we're going to be discussing 2026, and I'm diving into the major transits of the year as well as what it's going to mean for your sign. Do check your sun, moon, and rising. This is your ultimate guide. So I would say save this video, come back to it during the year. These are the major transits that will be influencing you in the year of 2026. And if you want to get my 2026 astrology guidebook, it is available. You'll find it down below in the description. I will also add all the dates down below in the description as well for you to have easy access so you can find them. And so this can give you like, hey, this is when this is happening. However, this is just the major transits. If you want to know about new moons, full moons, and you want to know about all the other transits, Mercury retrogrades, Venus retrograde, Sun changing and transiting as well, all of that will be in the guidebook. Here are some of the major transits of 2026, which I think it's important for you to be aware of because this will give you the overall theme of the year. Okay, we start off in January of 2026 on the 26th. Neptune will enter into Aries, where it will remain until 2039. So Neptune is a planet of dreams, illusions, right? It's a foggy planet. And it's going to be in Aries, and it's going to be influencing an area of your life, which I will be discussing when I get into the signs. But Neptune Aries is about the ideal vision of yourself. Who are you really? Aries is a sign of self. So this is where we are going to be defining who we are. We'll also be gifted with sparks of genius here. Aries is the first sign. It's where we get those ideas, those light bulb moments. And this is where we are going to now delve into like, hey, trusting our intuition and following through. But remember with Neptune, always make sure that you are creating the dream that you want, but it's grounded in reality. You are not getting carried away by the notion of the dream, that you're not focusing on bringing it into reality. And what does that mean? When it comes to boundaries, when it comes to what you are creating, that you are disciplined with it as well. Because with Neptune, we can just become so hopeful that we forget the logic behind it. And then when it doesn't pan out, we feel hopeless. So remember that. We also have February 13th. Saturn enters into Aries, where it will remain until April 12th of 2028. Saturn doesn't like to be in Aries, okay? Saturn is in its fall position here. Saturn is exaltation in Libra. So this is us now becoming very disciplined when it comes to ourselves, the action that we take, right? Aries, again, is a sign about self-action, new beginnings. Saturn here will make new beginnings a bit slower. Okay, we need to become more practical, logical. We need to focus on ourselves and the plans that we take. It's also about, with Saturn Aries, it's almost like being, anyway, you have Aries in your chart. It's where you got to do what feels right to you. Aries is a sign of self. It's about creating something that is your own. June 30th. Okay, so from the beginning of the year, we're going to have Jupiter in Cancer. Come around June 30th, Jupiter moves, and we will have now Jupiter entering into Leo. Okay, where it will remain until 2027. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, growth, opportunity, wisdom. I would like to highlight that. Wisdom, because it does teach you something. These planets and transits are here to teach you something. So it is the planet of wisdom. It can offer you opportunities. It can offer you optimism. But always remember, it also gives you wisdom. And the most logical way I can say is to proceed with faith, but at the same time, make sure that you're taking steps. It's not just about believing, even though Jupiter is a planet of faith. There is faith involved and there is action involved. Now, obviously, depending on your chart and your own Jupiter placement, it would specifically say how it's going to influence you. But Jupiter in Leo as a whole is luck, opportunity, expansion, growth when it comes to ourselves. Leo again is about our ego. It's ruled by the sun. It is about our confidence. It is about our joy, our happiness, our creativity, and what fulfills us. And Jupiter here is going to be expanding that. But what we need to be careful with Jupiter transits, it's not to get carried away. We can easily get carried away and like over exaggerate a situation. Remember, Jupiter is the largest planet. We can become so optimistic that we are not being cautious and wise. This will also, because it isn't Leo, this is where we're going to see a lot of people wanting attention, right? It's Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun wants attention. And this is not to say if you're a Leo, you want attention. Leos get attention naturally. This is going to expand the attention that we all get. However, good or bad, all depends on your character. This is why it's about the ego and how we, how confident we are. Where do we lack confidence? Where do we act out of insecurity? All of those things. But there's going to be a lot of opportunities for dating, a lot of opportunities for creativity, and as well fertility in a sense, because Leo does rule over children in its essence. So you could even be spending more time with your children or trying to, fall pregnant during this time. Chiron enters into Taurus, June 19th until September. And this is something that we're also going to experience a major shift. We had Chiron in Aries since 2018. So now Chiron is going to dip his toes into Taurus. Taurus is a sign of value, worth, and money. Okay, Taurus is that sign. And Chiron is about our wounds here. So Taurus rules over value, worth, money, and the things that make us feel luxurious, the things that give us comfort. And this is where wounds are going to come in for us all as a collective, which we are going to have to redefine our sense of self-worth when it comes to relationships, because how worthy are you of love? How worthy are you of the salary you want? Okay. Venus retrograde. Yes. October of 2026, we are going to have Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra. Venus is the planet of love and money. A Venus retrograde is a reevaluation. It's also a slowdown period when it comes to love and money. Now, what we can see is that we will be delving deep into shared resources with Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Remember, Venus isn't at home in Scorpio. Okay, it's not comfortable here. It prefers Taurus, so it's in its detriment. And so this is going to give us deep wounds. Scorpio rules over our psychology, pain, trauma. It's where we trust people. A lot of secrets will be revealed, okay, during this time, and intimacy, and also wounds are financial wounds, debts, loans, taxes, inheritances, spouses, money. Then we're going to have Venus also retrograde back into Libra. Libra is our partnerships, one-on-one partnerships. Even though Venus is at home in Libra, it's going to show us where there's inequality within our relationships on a personal and professional level. And let's talk about the eclipses. Okay, so we have eclipses in 2026. On the 17th of February, we are going to have a solar eclipse in Aquarius. Now, the North Node will shift into Aquarius July of 2026 with the South Node in Leo. So this is why we're going to already experience eclipses in Aquarius and Leo. So with that being said, February is going to be an eclipse all about friendships, goals, future vision, and what we wish to create as a collective. This is about interaction online, in person, and we will see growth within technology, AI as well. March 3rd, we're going to have a total lunar eclipse in Virgo with the South Node. The South Node hasn't changed yet. This is March. This is closure to work, health, and routine. So this is where health becomes a priority. Health ailments, our health system, and not just that, work. This is a closing point. This is where we can see people that are being let go of. A lot of changes happening in the work environment. A lunar eclipse is a completion point. Now we're going to have the node shift signs. In July, so the North Node will be in Aquarius, where it will stay over the next year and a half. And this is potent and powerful. This is going to take us in a whole new direction of connection, online and in person. It's about community, humanitarian pursuits. It's not about the individual pursuits. Remember, the South Node will be in Leo. Leo is about you. Aquarius is about the collective intellect. It's not just about your passion. It's not about you seeking attention. It's about us now following through on humanity, collective ideas, giving back. Especially with the South Node in Leo, this is where we can even see influencers, celebrities wanting to give back, because there will be a focus more or less on self. That's what it means. And I want you to keep in mind, Jupiter will be in Leo with the South Node in Leo. So Jupiter expands things. South Node is a purging out. We're going to be purging out where we are too involved with ourselves, or what we feel completely passionate about. We are letting go of that. Yes, find your happiness, but at the same time, it's going to have to be the happiness that involves the community, the collective, the group, the people you choose to associate with via choice. Okay, and then on August 12th, we have a total solar eclipse in Leo. This is about romance, creativity, and it's about new beginnings. Solar eclipses are new beginnings, and they will influence us over the next 6 months. So the eclipses influence you over a 6-month period. And on the 28th of August, we have a partial lunar eclipse with the North Node now out of Pisces. For spiritual reflection, intuition, and hidden matters can come to light, and we get this feeling of what we want to bring to a close within our life. Now, this is all the astrology of what we'll be discussing, as these will be the impacts of transits that last quite some time. Now, we can get into the signs. Aries, 2026. Happy New Year. Wishing you so much of success. Now, we start off the year with January. Okay, the 26th of January, 2026, Neptune enters into Aries, where it will stay for years to come. This is a potent and powerful time of dissolving your old identity. So you're going to find over the next coming years, and this won't happen all at once, the old you will dissolve and a new you is going to be born. This is going to give you ideas of dreams, visions of what you want for yourself. Base it also with some logic to ground your dream in reality. Do not get so caught up about the dream that you forget that, because Neptune can do that. It dissolves things. It creates mirages, illusions, and you get so into the hope of it all that when Neptune goes retrograde in its cycle over the next couple of years, you're going to have to be dealing with the reality of situations. So ground plans in reality. It's great for creative inspiration. It's also great for allure. A lot of people are going to be drawn to you. It gives you the siren call. You know, it's Neptune, it's watery, it's an illusion, it's a fantasy, and people will be drawn to the fantasy and illusion of you. So it gives you this magnetism and allure and charm. Remember, it also blurs boundaries. So boundaries are very important. I've been through this transit, so I'm giving you a heads up. Otherwise, you can find yourself falling for false people, falsehoods, false dreams. How others see you will shift dramatically. So just remember that. And this can call a lot of people to you in every capacity, from love to work. And then you'll also meet some people that are just so kind to you too. It's a beautiful experience. Just remember the boundaries, because when you don't, it can become very depressing. When you have too much of hope and no, logic, no boundaries, and then it feels hopeless. It is a journey of you now becoming a whole new person. Sun entering into Aries February of 2026, where it will remain until April 12th of 2028. So this is a long one, a big one. This is all about self-mastery and discipline. This is a reality check on who you are. So it's going to influence all areas of life: your money, your resources, your relationships, your home, your family. When Saturn transits your sign, it points to every single area of life. And you having to become disciplined, hardworking. Saturn will reward you, but only once it leaves. only for the efforts and hard work that you put in. Not a time to do anything shady. Saturn will show you when you're being shady or when other people are being shady. It's a very karmic planet. So it wants the reality. Anything on weak foundations, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, it will fall away. Only so that you can build stability and have connections that give you the structure and discipline that reward you for the next 30 years when Saturn exits Aries. Jupiter in Cancer from January until June. This is really great for home improvements, buying, selling of a home, healing emotionally, healing within the home and family. This is all about your emotional well-being, wisdom, optimism, coming through into your heart space and the people that you live with. You could also be relocating, moving overseas, moving to a foreign location. You could have family relocating. There's a lot of expansion, growth within your family. Maybe there's weddings, births. Maybe the people are dating more, but now they're introducing them to the family. So there's a lot more happening within your family. And with Saturn being in Aries too, it's a great time to step up into leadership. Now by June of 2026, Jupiter will enter into Leo. This is great for creativity, romance, entrepreneurship, joy, pleasure. So some of you could fall pregnant. So if you be aware of that. This does bring in fertility with children. If you have children, there's more things you're doing with children. It brings in wisdom too, the wisdom about what gives you joy and pleasure. Maybe you go through an experience of where you aren't feeling too happy. And now you have to ask yourself, what's real happiness? Really expanding on your romantic life, your creative hobbies and pleasure. Now, I want to bring to light that the South Node will enter into Leo July of 2026 with the North Node in Aquarius, where it will remain over the next year and a half. This is important for you to be aware of because the South Node will show where you seek maybe too much attention, validation, where you give into chaos and drama. South Node will purge out those things, and Jupiter will be the planet that's a loudspeaker and amplify it. So during this time, because you are a fire sign and Leo is a fire sign, be aware that because the North Node is still in Aquarius, you are still seeking what is best for the group and the collective as a whole. Okay, now we do have eclipses, right? February 17th, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Aquarius. And this for you is all about friendships, groups, long-term vision, and wish fulfillment. And it's a solar eclipse, new beginnings. Remember, the North Node will enter into Aquarius July of this year. So it's pushing you in this direction. What is going to give you the opportunities for community? Do you want to work at this company? Yes, it's the people you choose to associate with via choice, whether it's friends, whether it is the work group because you chose to apply for that job. It is online, in person, it's group projects. It is you looking at your long-term goals and moving in a whole new direction. March 3rd, we have a full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo. Work health adjustments. This is where maybe there's a change happening at work, or maybe you reap the rewards for previous work done. But there will be changes and there will be rewards, especially if you started anything 6 months ago when we had that solar eclipse earlier in 2025. Okay, September. Yeah. So this is all about your work health and routine, the adjustments, and you will need to adjust with the lunar eclipses where you're closing out a cycle. Either you starting a new place, or either you deciding to move to a new job, or something happens within the job that changes that you need to seek out a new form of work. It's also your health as well. So take care of your health, mentally, emotionally, and physically. August 12th, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Leo, and this is all about new beginnings and fresh starts when it comes to romance, pleasure, joy, creativity, hobbies, entrepreneurship, and fertility. So be aware of that. I will say with the South Node here, because the South Node is here, it will show you what needs to be purged out of your romantic life as well, especially if it's stuck in a pattern, right? If it's draining. August 28th, full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, hidden matters, intuition, needing rest. You would be feeling exhausted. You're closing out cycles. What I failed to mention is that eclipses last over a 6-month period. So the eclipses that we have in February and March will last over a 6-month period. And then the eclipses that we have in August will last over the next 6 months, an area of life that we're working on. It's about spiritual affection, truth, especially the one that's happening August 28th in Pisces, seeing hidden enemies, truths being revealed, exhausted, needing time out, isolation, taking better care of your health as well. Then in June, we're going to have Chiron enter into Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. This is all about healing, especially for you when it comes to, as an Aries, your money. Okay, Taurus rules over your money, your values, your sense of self-worth, and seeking that healing for yourself. Then we have a Venus retrograde in October. In October, that Venus retrograde is going to influence finances, shared resources, intimacy, truths being revealed, and the one in Libra as well, because Venus retrograde back into Libra, relationship revaluation, financial revaluation. This can be a bit of a triggering for you, especially if Venus retrograde in Scorpio, where you're going to have to see the reality with relationships and intimate matters, and with, Venus retrograde in Libra opposite to your partnerships personally and professionally, but business partnerships, finance, shared resources. This is a total re-evaluation of financial matters. You can reap the rewards for something that previously felt stuck financially. You can find it coming through for you. And that is your beautiful 2026. Do comment your placements down below. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I'd love to respond to you in the comments. Hello, Taurus. Welcome to 2026. We start off the year by January already with Neptune entering into Aries, where it will remain until a very long time, right? And this is important for you to be aware of. This is all about your spirituality, your dream, your intuition, your subconscious. Hidden fears will come through the surface for you to heal them. Okay, so anything within your subconscious that our fears will come through. There's also the area of life where you self-sabotage yourself. So you will be able to see those things very clearly. Also, hidden matters, hidden enemies will all come to surface. But I don't want you to be afraid of this. This is about your spirituality, your faith and renewal within yourself. And it is going to be not something that happens all at once. It's going to take time. Okay. Now, Saturn will enter into Aries February 13th, where it will remain until the 12th of August, 2028. So this is about internal discipline and subconscious fears and karma from past actions. You'll be more reflective on the past and even things you've done in the past. This is karmic. Saturn is a karmic planet. It is the lord of time. Okay. So here, Saturn is going to be showing you specifically your past actions, subconscious blocks. It can be depressing. I won't lie to you. This is Saturn here. It can lead to sometimes even taking journeys, like traveling away, which can be great. Saturn will be like disciplined with traveling, moving overseas, or even a spiritual journey. This is your spiritual discipline. How disciplined are you? Do you let your fears get in the way of your success? Now, I'm going to give you some tips. Okay, because this is Saturn, and obviously you're going to be paying back for past karma. So when I say that, it's actions that you take, good or bad, doesn't really matter. All karma means is the action that we take, right? And because also it is, behind you, can't even be from past lives. It doesn't have to be from this life, especially if you believe in that, or it can even be if you don't believe in that. It's going to be from, your experience from years and years ago, because it's behind you. So everything on the years and years ago that you've done, and none of us are perfect, so I don't want you to get lost in that. Yeah, some tips. With Saturn influencing this area of life, charity. The more you give, the more you ease that karmic pattern. Saturn will see what you're doing, and you can do it even with Saturn, like you are feeding or doing some form of feeding scheme, especially with the elderly, people who are sick, people who because this is also the area of sickness. So even if you want to heal your own body during this time, there is a sense of needing to give back, and charity will become a big thing. You'll also be clearing out things in your life. Very good. Decluttering, letting go, minimal. Keeping bare minimum will be great, but I would definitely say charity, people who are hospice, people who are sick. You can even do this if you are a religious person, temples, or whatever religious organization that you feel called to, because this is the area of faith. These are the steps that you can take. Saturn days are Saturdays, okay? So if you want to meditate on that day, if you want to do a write and burn on that day, great time, because Saturn is about restricting and limiting. And the more you do so, that, you know, your subconscious blocks, you write it out, you burn the page, it will be so healing for you. Okay, those are just my tips. You don't have to do them. These are just remedies, especially when Saturn's here. And the more disciplined you are to your work, health, and routine, the more opportunities you'll find. So don't get so lost in the fears. Just focus on what you can do, because your mind can run wild. Jupiter in Cancer until June. This is really great opportunities with siblings traveling away, foreign lands, you even taking short distance trips and travels happening for you. It's great for communication, it's great for learning, it's great for receiving contracts, news, and sales, right? Then we're going to have Jupiter entering into Leo, June of 2026, where it will remain until 2027. This is all about your family life, home environment. So you're going to see opportunities to move home or relocate to a different home or travel like to a foreign place. But you're going to see joy and opportunity and love coming into your home. Even family weddings, family pregnancies, even with you. There can be expansion within your own family members, emotional foundations for growth. You're just going to see a lot of opportunities within the family. I want to keep in mind, South Node will be in Leo July, North Node in Aquarius until, you know, the next year and a half. So that being said, I want you to keep in mind with the South Node there, do not give in to impulsive, dramatic, or chaotic actions within the home. The South Node will purge it out. Or even if you seek attention or validation. North Node in Aquarius, it's about you seeking community growth and humanity. Okay, it's also influencing your career. So there can be opportunities as well within your career. You might find yourself more out in the world, and this is going to help you with your home and family life. But there will be emotional changes, maybe even emotional old patterns, family patterns that you need to release in order to gain that momentum within your career. Eclipses. Now, eclipses last over 6 months. The first two, they're going to influence us over the first 6 months of the year. February, we are going to have a solar eclipse in Aquarius. It's about your career, your goals, your ambitions. And it's a solar eclipse. There's going to be new opportunities that you're going to be working on over the first 6 months of the year. Changes within your career, opportunities within your career, online and in person. It is in Aquarius. This is finding the support that you need, authority, recognition, and shifts within your career. Right, this is where you're going to find that community support that you need. So maybe you're working at a company and that company is not supporting you. You make the change over those next 6 months. Or maybe that company comes to close your time there somehow, whether retrenchment, whether you decide, whether you make the change or whether the change happens, but it's going to take you on a whole new journey over your career for the next 6 months, and a lot of opportunities will be coming your way. March 3rd, lunar eclipse, and this is going to be influencing your home, your home. No, sorry, your creativity, your children, romance. If you're dating anyone shady, they fall away. Romantic closure, and also about your joy and happiness and passion. If you're an entrepreneur too, there's a shift that's happening. Something needs to change, even within your hobbies. August, so those will last for over the next 6 months. In August, we have a solar eclipse on the 12th of August, and this is going to be influencing your home and family. So new opportunities, because it's a solar eclipse. Remember, South Node is there though. It's no drama. You need to decrease all of that. Anything within the home that's draining you emotionally, emotional patterns from childhood too, will be all released. But it's a great one for new home and family opportunities, maybe even moving into a home, meeting, you're really connecting with your emotional well-being. August 28th, lunar eclipse, and this is going to be influencing your social circles and connections. It's you deciding, like, I need to connect to the right people. That's a big thing here. And also future wishes and dreams, even receiving a future wish and dream or changing your future vision that you have for yourself. Chiron in Taurus from June, right, until September. And this is going to be healing of self-worth. This is in your sign, wounds of self. And obviously it's in Taurus. It's about money and value and sense of self-worth and personal expression. This is about you forgiving yourself and expressing yourself, regardless of other people perceive you, expect you to be. This is you knowing your worth and value and putting yourself out there. Venus retrograde in Scorpio and in Libra. This is going to be you looking at your one-on-one relationships, personally and professionally, True bombs, it is Scorpio, personal and professional. Some relationships coming to an end. This is also clients, customers, deals, reevaluating financial matters in the business as well. And then we have you also reevaluating your work, health, and routine as a whole with Venus retrograde in Libra. So there can be some financial challenges with work or partnerships, and there can also be some challenges with your health as well and how you're taking care of yourself. Now, this is your 2026. I'm wishing you all the best. Do comment your placements down below. Your birth chart is unique to you. There's a lot of opportunities for growth, but there is also opportunities for reevaluation. Gemini, this is potent and powerful a year for you. Neptune enters into Aries January 2026, so 26th of January. And this is all about your future wishes and dreams. And this is your social circles, friendships. This is idolizing in groups. So people idolizing you as well. Okay. People will be projecting onto you. Neptune is at foggy illusion and groups. There can be a sense of you redefining the people that you choose to associate with. So if you see groups coming to an end within your life and now you're venturing into a whole new group, this is Neptune. Remember to ground your plans into reality, and boundaries are key. You can get caught up in groups. So be aware of that. But Neptune here is asking you, hey, what needs to be dissolved within your social circles, the people you choose to associate with, and within your future dreams for yourself that isn't grounded in reality and isn't true to who you are. Sun in Aries from February until 2028. So February 2026 until 2028. This is now you taking responsibility for your friendships. Some of you will cut off some friendships, associations, whether you want to or not. This is the people that you choose to associate with via choice. So I've even seen people sometimes leave companies, right? Saturn will restrict that out. You might even find yourself joining a new corporation or company. You applied, so the people you choose to associate with via choice, you sent off your resume. And now you have to show hard work and discipline in order to get what you want for your desires, your future vision. This is leadership, it's teamwork, and you stepping up. Jupiter in Cancer until June of 2026. Now, this is all about your money. Jupiter gives you opportunities to boost your income, but it can also give you opportunities to spend, right? This is your money. Jupiter does both here. But it's all about your financial growth, just what you're spending, and it's all about your personal values and income opportunities that will be pushing forward. Jupiter in Leo from June of 2026 will remain into 2027. This is great for learning, communication, contracts, deals, negotiations, trips, networking. Your word of mouth is everything, and you are a Gemini, so this is potent, powerful for you. Okay, so I love this for you, right? This is really, really amazing stuff that will be happening, I feel. Learning, communication. This is really great for writing a book, sharing information, teaching. This is where you might speak to a neighbor, an opportunity might come through. This is where you might speak to a sibling, an opportunity, even with relatives. Okay, just watch out though because of gossip. Now, the South Node will enter into Leo July of 2026, North Node in Aquarius, where it will remain over the next year and a half. The South Node purges out things, and this is going to be you purging out from siblings, relatives, drama, family members that might seek your attention. And if you're the one seeking attention, remember the South Node here will show us where you are seeking too much attention. Either way, it's going to go both ways. This is Leo. Leo is about identifying with self. And because influencing your relatives, it might show you what needs to be purged or what doesn't make you happy within your relatives. And with the North Node in Aquarius, it's going to be great for travel, higher education, expansion, growth, and your spiritual journey. Now, we are going to have an annual solar eclipse, February 17th of 2026. And this is, once again, travel, higher education, philosophy shifts, mindset shifts, what you believe you can achieve. The North Node is accelerating here with Pluto, though. Remember, it's about you transforming your beliefs. This is going to show you travel opportunities that give you great power. Boundaries are necessary. I always stipulate that, but great power, there's a lot of recognition here as well. Now, total lunar eclipse, and this is going to be influencing your home and family March 3rd. And This eclipse is all about home and family. So something is coming to a close within your home and family. Maybe you are deciding to move home, or maybe there's something going on within your family, an emotional situation that you're done with. There's about emotional healing, right? It's emotional closure for you. Now total, and this is going to last for 6 months. So those eclipses that happen early in the year will last for 6 months. Then we have a total eclipse again, solar eclipse in Leo. And this is going to be happening in August 12th. And then a partial lunar eclipse on August 28th in Pisces. So this is really great for contracts and deals. The solar eclipse on the August 12th is great for contracts, deals, negotiations, siblings. There's going to be a lot of opportunities within your neighborhood. Maybe you move neighborhoods, right? There's going to be opportunities within you to connect to, your neighbors. This is giving you a lot of new opportunities within networking, teaching, writing, sharing of information, all of those good stuff. Now, at the same time, the lunar eclipse on the 28th, this is something within your career. Either you reap the rewards for something you started within your careers that you had the ideas for 6 months ago. This is where you get the recognition. Or there is a complete change. You realize the career that you're in is draining your soul and you need to make a big change. It's also about your legacy and sense of purpose and redirecting what gives you purpose and makes you feel alive. Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. This is your subconscious wounds, past betrayals, past hurts, hidden enemies. This is a major past trauma release. It is where you don't value yourself and you can get connected to relationships that drain you. It's subconscious healing of where you don't value yourself and you subconsciously block yourself from worthy relationships, worthy financial opportunities. Venus retrograde from October 3rd till November 13th. Potent and powerful. This is going to influence your work life. You're going to reassess your work, co-workers. There can be hidden enemies coming through within this. Well, not hidden, actually open enemies. It can also bring up tensions with co-workers. It's also where you need to take care of your health. You might spend on health as well. You might not be able to accomplish financially what you want. Right? Maybe you're being underpaid. Maybe there's some changes at work that create a lack in pay for some reason. Remember, Venus retrograde is always reevaluation of finances. And for you, it's influencing your work life. So tensions, conflicts. And then when Venus retrogrades back into Libra, there can be tensions with romance, past lovers coming back, exes re-emerging, tensions with children, maybe expenses around children. This can also bring up romance-related tensions and issues that can come up for you. Do comment your placements down below and I will respond to you. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you and I'm wishing you a beautiful 2026. Cancer. Whew, this year has a lot to do with your career, okay? That will be like a strong focus for you. 2026, on January 26th of 2026, we have Neptune entering into Aries, where it will stay for the next couple of years. If you're seeking out dates, the dates will be down below in the description. I'll probably also put them in the comments. Now, this is about your career, illusions or inspiration about your public image. So this is where you are creating illusions, things that are not real within your career. See, Neptune is a planet that dissolves things. So it will dissolve where you lack reality when it comes to your career. You can also see this with your reputation, how people perceive you. And that's okay, It's okay. Neptune is asking you to dissolve old roles that you've outgrown, old responsibilities, old visions that you've had for your career. Things can feel very confusing. But what it gives you is the ideal opportunity to redefine your career based on your dreams. A lot of inspiration will be given to you. Trust your intuition and remember to base your plans on logic. Don't just get caught up in the dream. It never works because once you do, when Neptune goes retrograde, it's always a reality check of what isn't real. You need to have the dream, you need to take the action. Saturn Aries, February of 2026, wait on me until the 12th of April 2028. And this is about discipline and hard work when it comes to your career. You will be rewarded here on your efforts and merits. You will need patience, perseverance. This will also be your reputation. People might even treat you differently, expect more from you, expect you to work harder. Now, this is not a bad thing. Saturn here is showing you where you can step up in your career. A lot of you will either start your own business. If you have a business, this is where you got to give it your all. Saturn will also restrict out careers or a career foundation that it feels is weak. This does not mean it will happen for everyone. It will only happen if what you have within your career isn't built on solid foundation. So it's going to restrict out what isn't real just so you can find out, hey, this is what I want. Leadership roles will come. Career success can come. But it's going to be through perseverance, hard work, and discipline. That's it. And it's about taking it one day at a time. Don't be like, when? Saturn's not about when. It's a lot of time. When a lot of time, like Saturn's involved, it only when it feels that you are worthy through the hard work and discipline you showed. Saturn is like, okay, I'm going to be checking. Did you study? Did you report back in? Did you do all the things you need to do? That is Saturn. It's not going to give it to you just because you feel it or the time is right for it. Saturn will only give you the things that will last for years and years to come. 30 years to be precise. Jupiter in Cancer until June of 2026. This is all about opportunities coming to you. It's about self-confidence, personal growth, and opportunities increase. This is about what you believe, and the more confident you are, the more you achieve. You don't want the Jupiter lesson and the wisdom of where you lack confidence and are feeling insecure, because then it will shine a light on it and you'll see yourself not succeeding in any area of life. Jupiter amplifies what we believe. It doesn't just give it to you because, oh, I'm in your sign, yes, woohoo. No. What you believe, where you have faith. Do you have faith in yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Are you confident? Are you willing to take up space? Jupiter's large. Can you take up space? If you don't, and you're insecure, and you are someone that has a lot of that within you, Jupiter is about the wisdom to find the healing. Yeah, some of you can even get gurus, teachers, counselors to help you with your confidence so you can grow. But a lot of opportunities can come through that sense of belief and having confidence. Jupiter enters into Leo until like June, until 2027. And this is really great for finances, self-worth, optimism comes here. Remember, Jupiter and Leo is going to be influencing your income. Some of you will get opportunities to earn more. And some of you will also get opportunities to spend more. Draw the line. Best advice I can give you. Jupiter expands. It's a blessed and lucky planet, but it will expand things. So keep that in mind. So it can expand your expenses. Maybe you want more luxurious things. Maybe you're more generous with your money. Be aware of that. But a lot of opportunities can come in for you financially. Now, we are going to have the South Node enter into Leo July of 2026, where it will remain over the next year and a half with the North Node in Aquarius. You're going to see that you're going to have the South Node purging out old ways of making money for you. That is what the South Node does. North Node Aquarius will show that opportunities will come through other people's money. Business partnerships, getting a new contract, getting a new deal. That's where the opportunities lie. Spouse could also get an increase as well. Inheritances or loan payouts, those all can also come through to you. The South Node here is going to show like what isn't making you happy when it comes to your earning and what will make you happy. Okay? Very important to note. Now, February 17th of 2026, we have a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Remember, the North Node will enter here later this year. So keep that in mind. This is all about shared resources, intimacy, and joint finances. New opportunities for joint finances, new opportunities for intimacy. Yes, people you can be physically intimate and trust. This is where you're redefining your trust, and it's also great for your spiritual journey as well. It's also great for healing too. We have a total lunar eclipse, and this will be happening in Virgo, March 3rd. Now, these eclipses that are happening early in the year will influence you over the next 6 months. Communication, siblings, and short distance trips. This is where you are purging out communications. You'll decide you don't want to communicate with certain people. This is also your mind, how you express yourself. There might be shifts in that. You might also feel there's something you need to get off your chest. There's also about siblings and what needs to change. Some of you might decrease the amount of time you spend with siblings, challenges with siblings. Something could happen with your siblings. And you might also decide, or would have just come back from a short distance trip. It's really great for completing writing projects, putting out information or something you've been learning. Okay, you bring it to a close. Opportunities can come as well over things you started 6 months ago in terms of contracts and deals. Then we have a solar eclipse in August, and this will be now in Leo. And it's important to note now this will last for the next 6 months. Now you're going to see new financial opportunities coming in, new beginnings. Maybe even you're noticing there's a new way you want to make money. Maybe an old way falls away for you to find new ways to make money over the next 6 months about what truly gives you happiness, joy. Then we have a partial lunar eclipse, August 28th, in the sign of Pisces. And this is about your travel, right? So a lot of you, it has to do with travel, your expansion, growth, spiritual beliefs. So some people have either completed traveling, completed something to do with travels, like your documentation, getting comfortable in the place that you're living in. So 6 months ago, they would have been this whole new beginning. Now you're coming to like grounding yourself here. So either completing travel, thinking about travel, deciding to study, or completing studies. Legal matters too. A legal matter can come to a close. This is a lot about closure and your spiritual journey. Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. This has to do with your future wishes and dreams, friendships, and your community. A lot of you will feel like you're an outsider in your community, your social circles, and people you surround yourself with. All of a sudden, you find like there's wounds within the community. People either judging you, people are projecting their wounds on you. So your friends, the social circles, maybe you're in a new environment, maybe your workplace. This is about you valuing yourself and your authenticity and not allowing the rejection of others to define you. This is you finding your social wounds and being confident in yourself as you are. Okay? And also it has to do with money through your connections as well. You know, finding the value in connections that see your worth. So like the job, the collaboration, like, you know, if you go join that company, do they see your worth or not? Venus retrograde, right? In Scorpio and Libra, October till November. And this is about romance and creativity, the first half. There can be some romantic challenges, exes can come back, or fights can happen as well. There can also be some challenges with children in finances. Maybe you need to spend more. Maybe there's expenses when it comes to children. If you're an entrepreneur, there's expenses here. Maybe there's a slowdown period and you need to reevaluate things financially. You can get paid for past efforts. Then also you now are emotionally feeling down when Venus retrogrades back into Libra from October 25th until November 13th. And this can make you feel sensitive. Tensions within your home, tensions with your living situation, home, family, your domestic living situation as well. All fights, all situations can come back. You might have been questioning whether you should stay within your home situation. So anyone you share space with, romance, spouse, friend, whatever, there's going to be some challenges there and some truth bombs being revealed within romance and within your family and your living situation. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I am wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Hello Leo, happy 2026. It's a new year, new you. And this is going to definitely be a new year for you. Okay, we have Neptune entering into Aries, January of 2026, so 26th of January. And will remain there for the next couple of years. This is all about travel, higher education, your belief system, and inspiration. This is asking you to dissolve old beliefs, to dissolve old spiritual patterns, to uniquely, authentically find who you are. Travel plans, the dream for travel, grounding it in reality while taking the steps, not just being hopeful on what you can achieve. And when it comes to higher education, there can be some delays, but it's you grasping what you want to study. If you do anything to do with publications, you know, you're filled with inspiration, but just make sure it's grounded in reality. Sun in Aries, February 13th until the 12th of April 2028. 12th of April 2028. This is once again responsibility in education. This is where you decide to study. You be disciplined, hardworking. You sharing your expertise. You were teaching a course, putting out publications as well. Travel, becoming disciplined. There's also travel involving foreign locations, so outside of the place of birth. This is your spiritual philosophy and also coming up with what you believe is your spiritual journey too. Jupiter in Cancer until June of 2026. So from Jan to June, this is about its spiritual growth and behind the scenes. It's almost like a lucky energy that's saving you. So whatever falls and comes away to an end, it's almost like a blessing. There's a blessing in disguise. There's your spiritual faith. This is also spiritual healing. This is seeing opportunities coming out of nowhere, you know, behind the scenes. It also gives you the wisdom on your spiritual journey where you need, you know, to let go of subconscious blocks and truly expand for what you want. So if you want to expand on what you want within your life, whether it's money, love, relationships, home, security, peace, you got to release the subconscious blocks, the places where you sabotage yourself, when you overextend yourself emotionally, and focus on how you can move forward. Then from June of 2026 until 2027, we have Jupiter in your sign. This is self-confidence and personal visibility and opportunities. Now, opportunities come to you based on your confidence, based on who you are. I will bring this into your reality. South Node will be entering into Leo, North Node in Aquarius. July of 2026 will remain over the next year and a half. The South Node is purging. What is it purging us all out of, and especially you? Your old sense of identity. So a whole new identity of who you are becoming is being born. Through that, relationships, personally, professionally, will change, and even how you earn money. This is you. It's also your physical vitality. With Jupiter there also giving you confidence. Remember, because the North Node is in Aquarius, it is about us wanting to help our community, to sometimes putting aside our needs for the sake of the growth of the community, right? See, Aquarius is social circles, online and in person. It is humanitarian efforts. It's about teamwork. And opportunities will come to you, but it's important not to focus too much on you. Don't seek validation excessively. Don't seek attention. Don't seek drama. Don't seek chaos. The South Node will, with Jupiter there, will expand it so you can purge it out of your life. That's just my word of advice. And do not involve yourself in attention-seeking relationships and situations, things that are dramatic and chaotic. The South Node will bring it to the surface to purge it out, and obviously Jupiter is going to expand upon that and teach you wisdom, because Jupiter is a planet of wisdom. It's not just a planet of opportunities. It is luck and opportunity, but people fail to understand the wisdom we all need to receive with Jupiter transits. It is a teacher after all. It's where we higher conscious learning can happen. Now, let's talk about the eclipses, okay? February 13th, we have a new moon solar eclipse happening in Leo. So it's a solar eclipse, new moon, it's happening in Aquarius. It's in February. Potent and powerful. This is all about new beginnings and fresh starts within your relationships, personally and professionally, and it will influence you over the next 6 months. So you could meet someone new romantically. You could start a new job. You can meet new people. This is what destined aligned people, because the North Node is in Aquarius, right? So there's a lot of partnerships that can come into your life. Then we have that lunar eclipse, March 3rd, happening in Virgo. Over the next 6 months, money, finances, and sense of self-worth closure. This is like into a money contract. This could be also you reaping the rewards for work you've done 6 months ago with that solar eclipse in September of 2025, where you started something new and it came to your income. This is where you could reap the rewards. This is the money you earn. This is money that you receive into your bank account. So you could reap the rewards. If not, it's also a time you reevaluate how you earn your money and what changes you need to make. Then August 12th, now we have the new moon solar eclipse happening in Leo, and there's new beginnings and fresh starts to you. This is about your personal identity. This is a personal rebirth, and this means that you're going to be shaping how you are perceived. You're going to shape the way you go after your goals. There's a lot of opportunities, and this will influence you over the next 6 months, where you're choosing you, where you're working on you, where you're healing you mentally, emotionally, and physically, so that you can truly go after your goals. Then we have a partial lunar eclipse, August 28th, also lasting over the next 6 months. This is about intimacy, shared resources, and closure. Now, it's a full moon lunar eclipse, so it's going to show you the truth about intimate relationships. It's going to give you closure on certain intimate relationships. It'll show you relationships that drain you, power dynamics, finances as well. Debts, loans, taxes, inheritances. This will be a great time for financial budgeting. A spouse could get a financial increase at this time. This could, especially they started seeking it out 6 months ago. If not, a spouse could go through something financially. It's about shared resources. Okay, So there's going to be some changes there and fluctuations. Chiron in Taurus. Okay. From June 19th until September 17th, this is going to be career healing. And there's going to be wounds that are going to pop up when it comes to your career. Overcoming professional challenges. This is where authority figures might poke a little bit at you. This might be hurtful. You know, you might feel like you're losing your sense of worth and value with authorities in terms of employers, maybe even parents, people in authority over you. And it is career healing. It's where you are now rediscovering and healing your sense of self-worth and value so you can get paid what you want. Wounds here with your career can come up. Maybe it comes to an end and you need to rediscover your value and worth. Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Leo. And what's important to know that this does also influence your career because Venus rules over your career, your reputation. And this is from October 3rd until November 13th. And it's going to happen in Libra and Scorpio. First in Scorpio, this is going to bring up some old emotional wounds, tensions around the family, financial matters within family and home. And then there's also going to be like tensions with communication, siblings, neighbors, and you reevaluating your neighborhood, your home life. You might even feel a need to make some changes. This deep emotional healing for you, for your deep empowerment. So a lot of past memories, past situations will resurface, truths being revealed within the family as well. Truths being revealed within your communication because it's also influencing your communication, and old resentments being released. I'm wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. Let me know how you feel though about 2026. I love Jupiter being in your sign. Hi Virgo. Happy 2026. Neptune finally leaves Pisces. Saturn finally leaves Pisces. Now Neptune enters into Aries January 2026, the 26th of January, where it will remain over the next couple of years. Now, Neptune is going to be dissolving shared resources, debts, loans, taxes. Okay? It's going to show you where you lack boundaries within your intimate relationships. This is personal transformation. This is going to show you your pain, your psychological fears, your anxieties, your tensions. This is happening over the next couple of years. It doesn't happen in one bout. It doesn't happen all at once. It takes time. You've been through a lot in your relationships over the past couple of years. So now, Neptune is a planet of healing. And it's time for healing for your finances. It's time for healing for shared resources. And it's time for healing in intimacy. But it will dissolve intimate relationships over the next couple of years that are distorted, foggy, unclear boundaries. I don't know how else I can say this. With Neptune, it does dissolve things. If you catch a red flag, trust a red flag. If your intuition goes off, trust your intuition. You'll be going through the most profound spiritual enlightening period of your life. It is a spiritual awakening, okay? Especially with Neptune, it's healing and influencing the area of life of the things that are taboo. They can even be, trauma come up for you, but it's a great time for healing. And trust your dream about your shared resources, businesses, things you want to create, but take logical action. Saturn in Aries, February until April of 2028. Now, this is again influencing responsibility. Where do you overshare finances? It's about creating financial boundaries. I like that this is coming in. Joint ventures and intimate commitments. It's going to restrict out intimate commitments. It will show you the reality about intimate connections. People you sleep with physically and people you share secrets with. This is a time where you're becoming very strict and structured with your intimate relationships. The only intimate relationships that will last are those that are built on trust and loyalty, and the only people you will attract will be based on trust and loyalty. Everything else will be a reality check. This is also great for your finances as you'll be taking disciplined, responsible action for your financial matters. Jupiter in Cancer, January until June, and this is really great for opportunities for friends, social circles, group projects, networking expansion. You can get a lot of opportunities through collaborations and networking online and in person, and opportunities for your future vision and dreams. Jupiter in Leo, June until 2027, and then Jupiter will enter into Virgo. This is about spiritual growth and healing, behind the scenes opportunities. So opportunities that come now will be from behind the scenes. This is a guardian angel energy. It is also the energy of, blessings in disguise. So when things come to an end, it's absolutely an opportunity for something better to come along. Jupiter in Leo is going to show you where you might dim your own light for other people. And, that's not a good thing. You sacrifice your light for others. And it's not a good thing. You sacrifice your joy. You sacrifice your pleasure. And it's telling you to heal that part of you so you can truly, authentically live in your joy and pleasure. What makes you happy? Now, we're going to have the North Node enter into Aquarius, South Node Leo. So you are going to notice a lot of endings happening over the next year and a half. That is very necessary for your healing. South Node Leo, ending and clearing out. Take care of your health. Isolation is also rules of hospitals, rehabilitations, mental health institutions. It's everything of isolation. South Node Leo will be showing you where you need to, let go of what's been holding on, this deep healing happening. We have the North Node in Aquarius over the next year and a half from July of 2026. And this is blessed. Okay, there's going to be opportunities for work, health, and routine. You're going to see destined opportunities. You're going to move outside of your comfort zone and you're going to get those work opportunities. You're going to get that bag. You're going to see success. You're going to align to communities that align to you. I love that for you. Now let's talk eclipses. Remember, eclipses run from a 6-month cycle. So we're going to first start with the first half. February 17, 2026, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. This is you making changes to your routine, you making changes to your health. And when I mean your routine, you could even move homes, move to a new environment, change the way you drive to work. All of those things are changes to your routine. The changes you make to your routine are for your health. There's also, health shakeup so that you can improve your health. There's going to be a lot of new opportunities when it comes to your work, right? Destiny will call you. This is a new beginning and a fresh start. You got to let go of the old comfort zone when it comes to work so you can embrace these opportunities. Total lunar eclipse in Virgo, March 3rd, right? And the South Node is still here. This is closure, self-awareness, and personal shifts. This is whatever needs to come to an end. Let it come to an end. It's time. Release it. This is your release. This is your purge. The South Node is there. By July, the South Node will leave Virgo. So this is your South Node, which is powerful. It's your healing. It is your whole identity shift. And it's a major change to who you are. And that means your relationships are changing, personal and professional, right? You can't reap the rewards for anything new you started in September of 2025 with that, when we had that new moon solar eclipse in Virgo. Now, these eclipses will last for 6 months. Then we're going to have eclipses in August, a new moon solar eclipse in Leo. This is about endings, hidden matters, secrets coming to light, closure, healing, emotional baggage, releasing it. It is a new moon solar eclipse. It's private new beginning. So there will be a new beginning, but it's what you are releasing. There's a lot of releasing and plenty of healing. This is clearing out the old emotional baggage where you gave attention to people that weren't worthy of your attention, where you focused on dimming your light. Then it's going to be partial lunar eclipse, August 28th in Pisces. And this is going to influence your one-on-one relationships, right? This is going to be those relationships that you're done with. This is closure, healing, endings, you finding healing. A relationship can move to the next level only if it's in soul alignment. If not, it comes to an end. Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. This is healing wounds related to your beliefs, travel, and education. This is going to show you your wounds where you feel like you didn't believe in yourself, where you believed in other people, where you gave yourself away. This is about your expansion and growth, and where you feel you sacrificed yourself so you didn't grow, where you feel stuck and where you lack freedom when it comes to travel, when it comes to your higher education, when it comes to teaching and sharing your wisdom. It is also your spiritual journey. Chiron here is going to be reshaping this part of you. And then we're going to have Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra. And this is going to influence you from October to November. There's going to be some secrets being revealed. This is the Venus retrograde in Scorpio, contracts, deals, especially money, maybe some bills that come up as well. There can be tensions with siblings. There can be over expenses on short distance trips or challenges with short distance trips. There can also be challenges when it comes to your income, slow down in income. However, you can reap the rewards for money opportunities you worked on previously that fell stalled. They can come through. But this can also show like financial revision needing to be done, and also sense of self-worth. It's a powerful year. I love this for you. There's a lot of opportunities for work and social connection this year. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you in the comments. Hello Libra, wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Let's get into it. Okay, now we start off the year, January of 2026 on the 26th, where we have Neptune entering into Aries, where it will remain for the next couple of years. This doesn't all happen at once. It does take time. Now, relationships. Your relationships are going to feel dreamy. Watch out for illusions. If you see a red flag, flag it and stay clear. Relationships can become confusing. There can even be an idealization of partners. See things as they are. That will be the best thing I can say. Boundaries are necessary. Remember, Neptune will be dissolving boundaries when it comes to personal and professional relationships. Working on boundaries, you are redefining your relationships. So what is not real will dissolve within relationships on a personal and professional. So friends, family, spouse, anyone that's opposite you, and professional relationships, even clients. Boundaries will be key to your success. Saturn will enter into Aries February 13th, will remain until April 12th of 2028. And this is about serious partnerships. Relationships that don't have solid foundations, weak, fall away. This is about serious partnerships. Partnerships that are willing to work on it. You could, if you meet someone during this time, which you can, there'll be someone who is serious, long-term commitments, right? Maybe even a bit older. And this can happen over this time. Older, mature, much better. I love this for you. Love, love, love. I will say though, you are seriously working towards partnerships, even on a professional level, and you will reap the rewards. You'll get the contract, you'll get the deal. You can even get the personal love relationship, as long as it's based on reality and it's serious and there's commitment. Anything frivolous will fall away. Jupiter in Cancer, January until June. This is about career growth. A lot of opportunities be coming here, public recognition, and reputation expands. Hello. Wisdom too. Jupiter's the planet of wisdom. So if your reputation is expanding, this means you need to show up, you need to be a leader, you need to be confident, you need to be bold, you need to take action. Okay? You need to have faith in yourself. You're leading, right? If you don't, Jupiter will give you the wisdom on how you need to build your confidence, how you need to have faith and belief within yourself. Opportunities will come to those who believe in themselves and their reputation. Meaning, if you're doing something crazy out there in the world, guess what? You will be judged accordingly. So your reputation becomes key to your success. The efforts that you do, the work that you do, you will get the recognition. There'll be so much of opportunities for your work life, right? You will reap the rewards. But just remember, this is the area of work. Okay. Now, Jupiter in Leo, June 2026 until 2027. This is about friendships, social networks, groups, opportunities that can flourish. This is amazing. This is where you can collaborate. There's amazing opportunities that are coming through collaborations, networking, partner deals. They flourish. This is where, though, you got to be confident once again. Not cocky, but confident. I say this because July, we're going to have the North Node enter into Aquarius, South Node in Leo. So if you're too cocky, if you don't have the confidence, if you're overconfident, the South Node will purge out social dynamics that are not aligned to you. Maybe even the group requires too much attention and validation. Maybe it's your friends, maybe it's your work, maybe they need too much from you, maybe they don't give you joy and happiness. It will fall away. You'll be choosing social circles that truly are authentic and alignment to you. The North Node in Aquarius will be influencing areas of romance, pleasure, joy, happiness, fertility, children, and entrepreneurs. Let's talk about the eclipses of 2026. February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. Now remember, the North Node will enter here July of 2026. It's all about creativity, romance. You could meet someone new that is destined and aligned for you. An existing relationship, especially if it's authentic and built on friendship, Yes, it accelerates, it moves to the next level. It's great for creativity, entrepreneurs. This is great for your genius ideas. You're thinking outside the box, you're collaborating. Love this for you, and it will influence you for the next 6 months. Now, we do have a total lunar eclipse, March 3rd, 2026 in Virgo. This is all about releasing, letting go, subconscious beliefs that keep you stuck, hidden matters come to light, secrets being revealed, needing closure and healing, right? This is also where you're putting an end to old toxic cycles, whether it's at work, whether it's the environment that you're in, you're bringing closure to it. You're also exhausted and needing a rest. Remember to rest. Now, over the next 6 months, this will be the influence, and then we have the following 6 months total. Then we have an eclipse, a solar eclipse in August, and this will be in Leo, influencing your social circles and connections, new opportunities for collaboration, networking. This is you blowing up, even going viral. You're connecting a lot to people here. Remember though, South Node's in Leo. It's not about you. It's about what you give. It's about the community you're creating. That will be the key to your success, because North Node's in Aquarius, and it's also about what gives you joy and pleasure. Great for that. If you're doing it just because, for the attention, not because it makes you happy, it's not going to work out. If you're doing it for the applause, it won't work out. It has to be based on your pleasure. Partial lunar eclipse. And this is going to be happening in Pisces. This is all about work, health, and routine. This is like closing out cycles for you within your work. You know, maybe something comes to a close. Maybe you need to readjust things. Maybe you need to pay attention more to your health so you don't suffer with burnout over the next 6 months, and with that partial lunar eclipse in Pisces. Then we have Chiron in Taurus. Healing when it comes to intimacy and financial wounds from June until September. This is all about intimacy. Where do you have wounds here? Where do you feel rejected, not accepted? Where do you, secrets, lies, deceptions, past pain and trauma? This is you now authentically embracing your value when it comes to financial and intimate matters. Seeing yourself as worthy of love, okay? Seeing yourself as worthy of going after your financial dreams. Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra, October 3rd until November 13th. The first half is in Scorpio. This is your money, reevaluation of finances, reevaluation of how you earn income. Maybe an income comes to an end in some way and you need to reevaluate. If though income has been slow prior, you could reap the rewards for old ideas when it comes to income. And then Venus retrograde in Libra, this is you reevaluating yourself when it comes to your relationships and partnerships on a personal and professional level and every area of life. This is your sense of worth. This is how you value yourself, and also taking care of your health. Comment down below your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I will respond to you in the comments. And wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Scorpio 2026, what can you expect? Okay, this is amazing. Oh, and yeah, do save these videos because you can always come back to it, see what's up, you know. Neptune enters into Aries January of 2026, the 26th. This is all about work, health, and routine. This is dissolving the boundaries around your work and your health and routine. You could suffer from burnout, overextend yourself at work, or you know, this can also create a lot of delays when it comes to your routine. It's almost like you're trying to keep a fixed routine, but Neptune here comes in and dissolves it. Unexpected things happen and you got to change it. Even when it comes to your work, there can be dissolving of work, which also will influence income. Now, how do you rectify it? Become logical. Neptune's all about the dream and the inspiration. So you're going to get inspired when it comes to your work. You're going to get inspiration. You need clarity. Become clear about your goals and work towards it. Yes, Neptune will still dissolve what is unreal, but as long as it is something that where you feel you can lead, where you feel passionate about, that you believe in, but you're not being so hopeful and just trusting in this, you know, hope of it all, that you're not being, you know, you're not acting upon, like taking action towards it, then it's not going to work out. You got to take some action. It's about a give and take, action and faith, and you see the dream materialize. Saturn in Aries, February of 2026 until April 12th of 2028. Discipline, responsibility when it comes to your work and routine. At least Saturn is going to give you structure to what you wish to create. It can dissolve old structures with work to show you what structures can work better for you, especially with Neptune and Saturn together. but it's going to give you discipline, responsibility. You need to make sure that you're not overworked. You need to take care of your health. You could suffer from burnout. You can suffer from health issues. You can suffer from challenges at work, delays at work, restrictions at work, having to change jobs so you can find work that is structured better for you. Jupiter in Cancer from Jan till June is going to be opportunities for, travel, higher education, foreign, business investments, philosophy and spiritual growth. It's also great for teaching, learning, publications as well. Then we're going to have Jupiter in Leo from June until 2027. So June 2026 until 2027. And this is great for your career, your goals, ambitions. This is going to put you in the spotlight. Jupiter here is going to have you being looked at, right? And what does Leo want us to do? It wants us to be confident. It wants us to believe in ourselves, to do what we love. And this is Jupiter and Leo influencing your career. The spotlight's on you. So is your reputation. So people are noticing you more. So this is where you really have to be very careful with how you're being perceived. Remember, Jupiter will show you the wisdom. If you act out of character, you get seen that way. Jupiter here will also show you if you have insecurities about stepping up into leadership and the limelight. Hello, there's a problem. Okay, Scorpio, I know you sometimes like to play behind the scenes, but this is saying take up space. Okay, it's Leo. Now, I do need to bring to your attention that the South Node is in Leo, North Node in Aquarius, right? July of 2026, where it will stay over the next year and a half. So what this is also going to bring, what needs to be purged out from your career. Where is your career not giving you happiness, joy, pleasure? Where do you not feel passionate? Where do you feel that you're being stifled when it comes to leadership? Where do you feel that you have insecurities in your career, like insecurities about moving forward with your ambitions? The South Node will bring it all to the surface so it can be purged out. So a lot of you will go through some career shifts. North Node in Aquarius. This is also about your home, destiny in what emotionally feels good to you, emotional comfort. It's also about your legacy. It is also about your emotional growth. And the North Node is going to encourage you to find strong emotional foundations, new home, a new space. And this is going to also encourage you to make changes to your career. Or maybe you get married, or maybe you do something within your home life. This North Node here is destined aligned moves. So within the family, within your home, within your domestic living situation, where it's buying, renting, leasing a home, you are making those changes. Okay. Then we have February 17th, a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius, and this is all about home and family shakeups. The solar eclipse is going to show you what needs to change. It's about new beginnings and fresh starts within the home and family. It's, the North Node is like what needs to change. Moving, emotional security changes. Having to focus on your emotional well-being will be key to your success. Then you have a total, a lunar eclipse, March 3rd. And this is going to influence your social dynamics. You will be saying goodbye to certain social connections, collaborations, even people you choose to associate with via choice. So if you applied for a lease in a certain community and you've been living there for some time, you might say goodbye to that community. It's about saying goodbye to communities you choose to associate with, whether it's a friend group, whether it's a collaboration, whether it's a corporation that you work for. You are changing your collaborations, as well as new ones could come in over collaborations that you started 6 months ago with that new moon solar eclipse, September 2025. So if you started anything new, like trying to work in a new company or trying to move to a new location, this is where you can get that fulfillment. Either that or you're making changes, okay, to the people you choose to associate with. Then these eclipses will last over a 6-month period. That's how powerful they are. Then we have our next set of eclipses. We have a new moon, a solar eclipse August 12th in Leo. This is about new beginnings and fresh starts when it comes to your career, stepping up in your career. There's going to be something new that you need to do within your career. This is a new beginning and a fresh start, which will last for the next 6 months. Its visibility increases. This is your reputation. This is your legacy and sense of purpose. Then we have a full moon lunar eclipse August 28th. And this is all about your romance and dating life. Anything that isn't true falls away romantically from you. Only relationships that have true emotional authenticity will last and move to the next level. This is relationship healing, partnership healing. It's all about healing too in challenging times. Now we have, and this will last over the next 6 months. Then we have Chiron Taurus from June 19th until September 17th. This is all about healing our partnership wounds, and this will be a journey that you'll be on. especially in 2027. And it's going to show you wounds, rejections, pains, and within your relationships. And it shows you this. Chiron is where we embrace ourselves. You know your value. So you need to learn to know your value within your relationships and partnerships, and it'll be easier. So the more you know your value, the more like, I'm worthy of partnerships, personally, professionally, that value me, the more you will attract those partnerships. Otherwise, you have to do deep healing as to why you devalue yourself and attract relationships that are so out of sync with who you are. Venus retrograde, okay, October 3rd until November 13th, and it's going to be happening in your sign and Libra. So Scorpio, this is all about you. Venus retrogrades reevaluate your money, your finances, your intimate relationships. Secrets can be revealed. A lot of exes can come back, especially with Venus retrograde as well. In Libra, this is people that you've dated from a long time ago come back into your life. This is, you also with your personal image, you might not be feeling so great, and don't make any changes during that time. This is also about subconscious patterns, hidden enemies. Everything that is untrue comes to the surface and is revealed. I will say, anything financially that you worked on previously, you could reap the rewards, especially when Venus is in Scorpio and it felt stuck previously. You reap the rewards when Venus is in Scorpio. But it will be a time for you to revise yourself, your relationships, your finances, your intimate connections, and subconsciously where you sabotage yourself in love and finances. Those hidden matters all come to light, and this is where you're redefining your boundaries. Do comment your placements. Your birth chart is unique to you, and I'll respond to you in the comments. And wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Hello, Sagittarius. It's 2026. Let's get into it. Neptune enters into Aries January 2026. Where it will remain over the next couple of years. And this is about creativity, romance, pleasure. Neptune will dissolve away romantic connections that are false. Do not get taken up by mirages. Or, if you feel a red flag, it's a red flag. Okay, Neptune here can sometimes make things uncertain when it comes to romance. Now, things can feel very dreamy too when it comes to children and romance. So boundaries are necessary. This is about you finding the dream within the relationship and making it a reality. This is about you dissolving the old ways of identifying with romantic connections. This is about healing within romantic connections, healing from inner child as well, your own inner child, your own childhood. And it might pop up in partners for you to do that within yourself. There's also healing with children. I will say though, your creativity and inspiration and what gives you joy and pleasure and your hobbies will be something that truly heal you through it all, because it does roll over hobbies, it does roll over creativity and inspiration. If you want to be an entrepreneur, this is where you take leadership and you really put yourself out there through your creativity and genius ideas. February 13th, Saturn in Aries until 12th of April 2028. And this is huge. Discipline, creativity when it comes to projects, romance, and, responsibilities. So you become very disciplined. It will restrict our romantic connections that won't last for years and years. It's about discipline when it comes to your creative projects. It's about hard work too when it comes to children. And really like putting in the effort about what you want. There's also, once again, great for inner child healing. Jupiter in Cancer, Jan until June. And this is all about shared resources, intimacy. Jupiter is wisdom, it's philosophical. And this also gives you healing in your intimate relationships. It's in Cancer, right? And this is intimacy for you and trauma, your trauma, intimate relationships and partnerships trauma, other people's trauma too. This is giving you the wisdom and the healing. It's a great time for financial growth as well. It's a really great time for shared business resources, partnerships, business contracts, even your partner gaining opportunities financially. All right. Jupiter in Leo, June 2026 until 2027. And this is really great for travel, higher education, philosophy, spiritual journey, beliefs, optimism. If you get into any legal disputes, you will win. This is Jupiter giving you the opportunities to do so. This is really great for like traveling, publications, teaching, and higher education. And you're seeking out ways to expand and grow through philosophy. Then we're going to have, right, the South Node enter into Leo. So you're going to be purging out where something drains you, it keeps you stuck. even if it's an higher education or personal beliefs or spiritual belief, you are purging it out. And the North Node is in Aquarius over the next year and a half, from July over the next year and a half, okay? And this is going to be pointing you towards your mind, communication, networking, your environment, and making those shifts mentally. Even with siblings, relatives. Now, there are going to be eclipses in 2026. February 17th of 2026, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. And this is all about communication, negotiations, contracts, deals. You're going to see opportunities coming through over the next 6 months, right? So it's great for sales. It's really great for expressing yourself, interviewing, communicating. It's going to give you shakeups too, to show you, hey, how can you step outside your comfort zone when it comes to learning, teaching, writing, negotiations, contracts, deals, and what you are earning? And the environment that you're in. Some of you might change neighborhoods. Then we have a lunar eclipse March 3rd, and it's in Virgo. This is now Korea. We had a solar eclipse in September of 2025. Anything new that you started in terms of career, you reap the rewards. If not, this is where you're asking yourself, what needs to change within my career, my reputation, my sense of purpose, my legacy, right? This is where you are closing out old cycles and making a change. Either you applied for something over these next couple of months and you reap the rewards for the efforts, or it's time for you to question which is your next direction. You also are purging out burnout from your career, where you overextend yourself, you work too hard. It's giving you closure. So healing might also need to happen on a physical, mental, and emotional level. And this will last over the next 6 months. And then we have the solar eclipse August 12th. And this is great in Leo for travel, higher education, adventure, freedom. It's really good for you in terms of legal matters, new beginnings. It's where you are gaining clarity. It's also about your spiritual journey, philosophy, publications, teaching, wisdom, connecting to people from foreign places to get out of your routine. Okay? You could meet a lot of people from foreign locations. Then we have a lunar eclipse August 28th in Pisces. And this is all about your home and emotional well-being. This is healing. Some of you might emotionally just need closure. Some of you emotionally are feeling down. Some of you are exhausted. This is also about your home. Some of you might be moving home, decluttering your home, completing the sale of a property. This is also within your family healing. There can be a sense of just feeling emotional. Maybe there's loss within the family in some way, or there's some family revelations that you carry together as a family. And this is all about your inner healing. Some people will be just exhausted, need some movies and to lay on the couch. Okay, but it is your heart. So it does show there's going to be some healing within your emotional matters so you can build strong emotional foundations. Chiron in Taurus. June 19th until September 17th, and this is going to influence your work, health, and routine. Chiron here will show you where you overextend yourself, devalue yourself, do not see yourself worthy when it comes to financial pay at work. Chiron here will create changes and fluctuations within your health as well through you push yourself too hard, you're working too hard, right? And you're going to have to embrace valuing yourself, you're valuing your health, valuing your skill set, valuing your services that you provide to your work life, or whether you just provide services in order to reap the financial rewards. Venus retrograde October 3rd until November 13th in Scorpio and in Libra. This is just, you're exhausted. This is emotional healing. It's closure, endings, releasing, and letting go. Emotional healing needs to happen within a relationship in order for it to grow closer. If it cannot, secrets will be revealed, things behind the scene, and endings will happen. Okay? Venus retrograde in Libra is going to ask you about the people that you choose to associate with via choice. Your social dynamics and connections, friend group, work group, maybe the family group of your partner. And this is where you are redefining who you want to connect to. This Venus retrograde will be exhausting for you, especially Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Hidden matters will be revealed. A lot of truths will be revealed within your like your social circles, people you choose to associate with, as well as hidden enemies, things kept hidden. It all becomes revealed. It's a great time for healing, I would say, right? Because you could be feeling deeply weepy and emotional. But I will say, give yourself grace and space. It is a Venus retrograde. We all have to reevaluate love, finances, and money. Even during that time, finances will feel a bit more slow. When Venus is retrograde in Libra, you can reap the rewards for previous collaboration and networks that you have done that felt a bit stuck. They can feel unstuck and you will reap the rewards. Do comment your placements. Wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Hello, Capricorn. We start off the year with Neptune entering into Aries, 26th of January 2026, where it will remain over the next couple of years. And then February 13th, Saturn enters into Aries, where it will remain until 12th of April 2028. And this is highlighting home life. You'll be dissolving what isn't real within your home, your emotional well-being, even your heart, what isn't real. This is where you're developing emotional boundaries and redefining who you are emotionally. This is also illusions within your inner life and within your family that need to be brought to the surface. It's a great time for inspiration. Okay, great time for inspiration, a great time for love opportunities. Saturn Aries is going to bring in restriction, hard work, and discipline to your emotional well-being, your home foundations, your living situation. Family responsibilities can feel heavy. You can also feel a bit down during this time. It is important that you seek emotional rest when necessary. Saturn here will allow you to reap the rewards for the hard work and effort you put in when it comes to your home life. So you could buy a home or move to a home that's great for you. You could find yourself having better boundaries within your home, a more solid home family foundation. Jupiter in Cancer. Jan till June of 2026, it's great for opportunities and partnerships personally and professionally. So work opportunities that want to come to you, as well as love opportunities, whether existing or single, will flow in. Partnerships, collaborations, it's great for sales. Remember, it is Jupiter, so it's about having faith within ourselves when it comes to partnerships. You're being seen, but you have to have the faith to be confident within yourself. Jupiter is what we believe. So if we lack the confidence, Jupiter shows us where the wisdom of how we can believe in ourselves to achieve our dreams. Remember that Jupiter is faith. Okay. Jupiter in Leo from June of 2026 until 2027. This is about shared resources and intimacy. This is where spouses could get in an opportunity. This is where opportunities can come basically through business partnerships, contracts, deals, negotiations. A lot of opportunities can come even through foreign business investments. This is also transformation and growth. Intimate matters can grow closer. This is a very positive and powerful time for you when it comes to intimacy, seek, like trust, and also psychology. You could even seek a counselor or therapist or a life coach or an astrologer, someone to help you with, letting go of trauma so you can secure the intimate relationship and finances. Yes, the same area that rules over intimacy and finances rules over our trauma and psychology. And Jupiter here is always saying seeking the like a guru, a teacher to help you through, even getting someone to help you like when it comes to financial investments and so forth. Now, we're going to have the South Node enter into Leo, July of 2026, North Node into Aquarius. Over the next year and a half, we'll have eclipses, okay? That being said, I want you to pay attention to South Node and Leo. It will be purging out whatever drains you within your intimate relationships or within financial matters or shared resources. Even a spouse can go through something here financially, maybe a loss or in some case. But Jupiter is giving you the upliftment and fulfillment to see opportunities coming away. The North Node Aquarius is income you earn. It's destiny and outside of your comfort zone based on your skills and talents. So money in your bank account by you looking at your skills and talents, maybe growing them further, maybe you believing in yourself and seeing that opportunities come to you. It's about financial independence. Now let's talk eclipses of 2026. February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. New opportunities for finances, financial earning. This is money in your bank account. Maybe you study something and learn a new skill. Maybe you look at your skills and take it to the next level. And this allows for financial opportunities to come to you over the next 6 months. We do have a full moon lunar eclipse, March 3rd, in the sign of Virgo. And this is all about, bringing closure and releasing and letting go of travel, higher education, and legal matters. Something comes to a close in terms of legal matters, higher education, or travel, or this could even be your spiritual journey, right? This is where you shift your beliefs as well. right? You don't become so hard on yourself, so rigid on yourself, and you seek opportunities. Then we have now this will last over 6 months. And then we have a solar eclipse August 12th. And this is really great for shared resources. Spouses can get a new opportunity, business opportunities, investment opportunities, loans can pay out taxes. It's also great for intimacy, and financial opportunities begin. Then we have a lunar eclipse August 28th in the sign of Pisces. And this is now you focusing on, with this, it's all about really, getting something off your chest, something you need to say. It's great for contracts, deals, and negotiations. So if you've been waiting for news on a contract or deal, something you started 6 months prior, you get the opportunity. You can see sales come in, especially if you fall through on new ideas. This is really great. If you pitch something, an interview for something, you can reap the rewards, get that contract, get that deal. You could even just have completed a short distance trip. You could have completed writing a book, teaching, or even learning. If not, it's asking you to reevaluate your communication, your sense of expression, and say what's on your chest that you've been keeping deep within you. This is a great time for an emotional conversation. Okay, Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. This is going to bring up wounds within romance. A romance where you feel rejected, especially past wounds. This is Chiron's, where we feel wounded. Inner child wounds when it comes to joy, happiness, and romance. The best thing you can do to heal these wounds, this is Taurus, and creativity and pleasure, entrepreneurship. See yourself as worthy. See yourself as worthy of romance. Value yourself. Do not choose partners that do not value you. As well as when it comes to your creative ideas, see them as worthy, as being paid for, and you will find value and success. Venus retrograde in Scorpio, October 3rd until November 13th. And this is going to be Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra. It's going to influence your social circles and your career goals and reputations. Now, Venus retrograde is a reevaluation of career, finances, and money. All stuff we previously done can pay us out. Okay? New things, not advised to do. Now, you're going to reevaluate your social circles, your future wishes and dreams, the people you collaborate with, your team. So yes, your work team, the company you work at, the friends you keep, the hobbies that you are involved in. There can be tensions flowing within your social circles, including family circles, the people you choose to associate with via choice. Secrets can be revealed as well. Then we're going to have Venus retrograde in Libra. You can reap the rewards for all the efforts when it came to your career that you put in. If not, you're going to be reevaluating your career and how you make money. You might even notice some tensions at work. Things could be slowed down at work. This can ask you to reevaluate your sense of direction and purpose, ambitions, and goals when it comes to your career. But it's a time where we are just reevaluating things to find success. You could also reevaluate relationships, the future of relationships, as well as how relationships are influencing you for the long run within your life. And if that relationship is not holding solid ground, you may walk away from it. You can have exes text you, especially via the internet during this time. Or you can meet them at a work event or out in public. Do comment your placements. I will respond to you in the comments. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you. And I'm wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Hello, Aquarius. It's 2026. Let's get into the astrology. There's a lot of opportunities for you, okay? Neptune enters into Aries January 2026, the 26th of January. We'll stay for the next couple of years. And Saturn enters into Aries February 13th, where it will remain until the 12th of April 2028. And this is all about communication and negotiation. So with Neptune, it's going to dissolve all communications, especially communications that aren't true. Gossip can come to light and you might decide to walk away from certain communities. This is also about learning. This can dissolve away like learning that's not working for you. It could also dissolve away local travel, neighborhood, the things that aren't truly connected to you. This is where you find connection. This is your environment. And if you aren't feeling authentic and connected to your environment, your siblings, your neighborhood, your relatives, this is where it all dissolves. This is also dissolving of the mind. Some of you might need to seek out mental, like a psychologist, someone who can help you with your mental health. This is where you can become very down on yourself. especially when it comes to your independence, your confidence. Saturn in Aries, this is really great for hard work and discipline when it comes to contracts, deals, learning, communication, and interviewing. So you will reap the rewards with Saturn, especially for the success you want for years and years to come. But you need to be hardworking, disciplined, structured. When you communicate clearly. Right? This is also to do with sales, because you need to negotiate when it comes to sales. You need to pitch when it comes to sales. You need to, sell yourself when it comes to an interview. So this is going to see a lot of contracts and deals coming through. There can also be some, restrictions when it comes to siblings and maybe within your relatives as well. You might develop some boundaries. This can also show you putting in a lot of hard work and effort with siblings, your community as well. Jupiter in Cancer. From Jan till June of 2026, a lot of opportunities are coming for your career, like as in your work that you do, opportunities, even overseas opportunities, traveling opportunities for work, but opportunities even where you have the wisdom, where you've studied, are coming through. Daily routine. Okay, there's a lot of opportunities within your daily routine for optimism. It's great for healing and seeking out ways to heal. Jupiter in Leo, opposite you from June of 2026 until 2027. This is going to bring you opportunities within partnerships, personally and professionally, luck, opportunity, expansion, and growth. You could meet a lot of people personally and professionally. You could get into a relationship if you're single. With an existing relationship, there's a lot of optimism. You could find yourself very generous within your partnerships as well. It's great for collaborations. It's great for sales, contracts, deals, negotiations with other people. Some of you could even get married, right? Or, renew your vows in some way. Now, remember, Jupiter is a planet of wisdom. And if that relationship is seeking too much attention and drama, it will fall away. Okay, you're looking for relationships that give you happiness. It's Leo, joy. You want to feel like a child again. You want to be your childlike self. If you can't, you're saying goodbye. Okay. South Node in Leo, North Node Aquarius. So the South Node is going to be purging out from July of 2026 over the next year and a half with eclipses. Relationships that drain you on a personal and professional level. South Node is here. Where is that relationship not bringing you joy, happiness? Where do you feel unconfident within that connection? Yes, we'll show you that as well. Maybe you need to boost your confidence to have better connections on a personal and professional level. Now, the North Node is in Aquarius. You, destined and aligned opportunities will come to you when you step up outside of your comfort zone. Do something completely radical and different. Be brave. This is, the North Node. It is about, it accelerates growth. And the acceleration happens through you and your own personal identity and wanting to be a part of a team, a social connection that is making improvements. Okay? You don't want to be a part of attention-seeking relationships. Let's get into the eclipses of 2026. February 17th, new moon solar eclipse happening in Aquarius. This is all about you. Okay, new identity, new you, new goals, a new way of presenting yourself to the world over the next 6 months. We do have a full moon lunar eclipse March 3rd in Virgo, and this is about shared resources, business partnerships, contracts, deals like that. It's going to end intimacy and deceptions. Now, September of 2025, we had a new moon solar eclipse. If you've been doing anything to advance yourself financially, you can reap the rewards, okay? Especially business partnerships and stuff like that. Or a spouse could get an opportunity, especially if they've been trying over the past 6 months, or if you've been trying to get a loan, this way it comes through. However, if not, it's a total reevaluation of debts, loans, taxes, shared resources. Yes, a spouse as well could also go through something. And it can also bring a shakeup to joint finances. Some of you might even go through separations as well, like separations of finances, divorces, settlements. There can also be a chance where this can bring deceptions. Anyone who's been lying to you comes to the surface. It's a great time for psychological, emotional healing. And now this will last for 6 months. Now, total solar eclipse, and this will be happening August 12th in the sign of Leo. New partnerships, contracts, deals, negotiations, sales, partnerships, collaborations, personal, professional. You could get into a relationship if you're single. You could take a relationship to the next level. This is also really great for collaborations, sales, pitching, to a community. Really great. This is other people, and it's going to give you a new beginning over the next 6 months where these opportunities are coming in. Then we have a lunar eclipse on the August 28 in Pisces. This is when it comes to your money. If you started anything 6 months ago, this is where you reap the rewards. Okay, this is where you get that payout when it comes to your bank account. This is based on your skills and talents. If not, this is where an income can come to a close, and now you need to reassess the next steps to gain the income that you truly desire to get that financial wealth. But because it is a lunar eclipse, it does say if you worked on anything 6 months ago, your bank account is flourishing. If not, if you didn't listen to that new moon that said, hey, you need to come up with some new ideas, you need to go for that interview, you need to redo your resume, you need to try, you're going to come here and be asking yourself, what's coming to the end and what changes I need to make, right? Over the next 6 months. Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. Healing when it comes to family and home. Emotional wounds where you feel like the outcast, the outsider. Chiron in Taurus is going to be showing you that. Emotional wounds of grief, pain, loss will be coming through. This will be a profound time for healing for you. Chiron in Taurus will tell you to find that, like find value in the little moments, find value in the simple pleasures, find value in the love that you still have with the people around you. Seek that security in the relationships that give you that. Seek that home security. If your home life is giving you troubles, this is where you need to seek the comfort you truly desire. Okay, value within your emotional connections that are in your heart that are of value to you. Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra. October 3rd until November 13th. And this is about your career, your public reputation, especially Venus retrograde in Scorpio. You are to reevaluate your career, reevaluate your goals, reevaluate your ambitions. You can't reap the rewards for past efforts when it comes to your career. Everything from the past that felt stuck and stalled, you could reap the rewards during the Venus retrograde in Scorpio. This is going to be a reevaluation of your finances based on your career as well. Reevaluation of your public image. You might notice employers, parents will come down hard on you. Tensions with elderly, issues with the elderly. Elders might not be feeling well, older people. So remember, boundaries are clear, especially when it comes to your work environment. Tensions could arise here. Then we're going to have, Venus retrograde back into Libra. You reevaluating your beliefs, your studies, your higher education. Learning is being released. Reassessing what you've learned, your education, your qualification, what's been keeping you stuck. How can you seek freedom? If you are traveling during that time, watch out for added expenses. Okay, plan prior and you will be much happier. So save up for it. There can be some unexpected travel costs that could come up during that time. So be prepared for that. I would say definitely do that. You could complete something that you have been studying, like reap the rewards for something you've been studying for a long time. Or maybe there's a course you want to put out, you can finally put it out. Or something you want to make public, you can definitely see yourself reaping the rewards, especially if you've been working on prior. Don't start anything new during the Venus retrograde. Okay, you could also have some, challenges mainly with your growth and it's your career. But like I said, if you work on this in advance, you could find this period a lot more easier going forward. Do comment your placements and I will respond to you in the comments. Remember, your birth chart is unique to you. And wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. Beautiful Pisces, wishing you a beautiful and blessed 2026. So much of change is happening for you that I'm excited for you. We are going to have Neptune saying goodbye to Pisces, Saturn saying goodbye to Pisces, all early in the year. January 26th of 2026, Neptune enters into Aries, where it will stay for years to come. And we're going to have Saturn enter into Aries, February 13th until the 12th of April 2028. This is all about your finances and value. Okay, and your sense of self-worth. This is where your sense of self-worth becomes unclear, foggy, hazy. All right, this is where you can be taken advantage of, especially with Neptune in Aries financially. You can get financially scammed. You can overgive financially, right? I'm warning you, okay? And this is not something that happens all at once. It happens over the next couple of years. See, Neptune here is asking you to redefine your sense of self-worth and value. Base it on who you are, right? You can truly have creative, inspiring ideas to earn money. But if you earn all the money baby, don't be giving it away, because you can, Pisces. You can seriously be giving that money away. People can take advantage of you. People can scam you. You can overextend yourself financially for other people. Boundaries. Thank God, Saturn in Aries is going to give you that. It's going to ask you for structure, discipline when it comes to your earning potential, financial responsibility, managing resources, and self-value. You don't need to spend. You just need to now become structured with your spending. It will restrict your spending, so you can learn to save a little. And I can see a lot of you saving, maybe even paying off something that you've been wanting to pay off for a really long time. Now, I will say, you're going to be gifted beautiful ideas when it comes to earning, right? But like I said, make it based on reality. So you have the idea, you can take action, you're going to be logical, and boom, you're not going to be like, I have a dream. Yes, Neptune's a planet of faith, but it can also make things a dream that becomes a nightmare and not real, okay? Or a mirage, I should say. Jupiter in Cancer until June of 2026. So from Jan to June, this is great for creativity, romance, pleasure, fertility. Some of you, yes, will have a baby. Some of you would already have fallen pregnant, and some of you would be giving birth. If you do not want to have any babies, it's important that you take precaution. Some of you will meet someone romantically. Some of you will give into your creativity. It's great for entrepreneurs, creative projects, flourishing, finding joy, happiness, and peace, and inner child healing. Jupiter in Leo, June until 2027. Work, health, and routine improvements. Opportunities for your work life. You will find yourself extremely busy with Jupiter in Leo, right? So many work opportunities, so many things within your routine, and so many opportunities for you to give out service. All of a sudden, everybody needs a helping hand, okay? And your health. Wisdom when it comes to your health. Do not push yourself so much that you suffer from burnout. Opportunities to travel for work can be a reality for you. I love this. Right. Okay, now remember, the South Node will be entering into Leo July of 2026, where it will remain until 2027 with the North Node as well in Aquarius. So you're going to be learning to purge out where you overextend yourself. Yes. You can't save everyone and you can't help everyone. This is where we can sometimes be of service. We want to be the Mother Teresa, it's like we want to help them. No, okay? You will suffer from burnout. This also can show you where you overexert yourself and suffer from burnout. This will also influence your health. So you need to pay attention to that. South Node will purge out from your health and well-being so you can take note of your health. Remember, Jupiter's expanding, so many opportunities. South Node is going to say, if you go for everything, you're going to wind up on your back. No other way to say that, okay? All right, and the North Node's in Aquarius. This is great for travel, spiritual journey, healing, even some time alone. Okay, for you to find your space. Remember, you're so busy in your environment with Jupiter there. You're going to need to carve out time for meditation, spiritual journey. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself needing to seclude. And you don't want to seclude like in a hospital or a mental health facility. But if that's what you need, do so. Plan ahead. Manage your time and your energy so that you can move forward with peace, tranquility. Don't overextend yourself, okay? Even at work, even if you have one job, all of a sudden the tasks are coming at you. Now let's talk eclipses. February 17th, new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. It's a great time for hidden matters coming to light, spiritual insights. It's a new beginning and fresh start, but allows for endings, like a closure of an old cycle so that new opportunities can come your way. There's going to be a lunar eclipse March 3rd. Relationships. Now, there was a solar eclipse in September of 2025. If you connected to new people, personally, professionally, whether it's dating, whether it's within your marriage, you took your relationship to the next level, got some healing there. This is going to be where you're going to see a completion cycle. Maybe the healing is now cemented, or maybe that relationship you decide to get married, you got engaged back then. If not, this is relationship closure, especially if that relationship is toxic, unhealthy for you. You will be purging that relationship outside of, outside, just like you're done with it. This is draining, it's too much. It doesn't only have to be love, it can be a friend, it can be a business partnership. You're done, you say goodbye. Okay, now These eclipses will take you forth over the next 6 months. And then we have a new moon solar eclipse, August 12th in Leo. New opportunities for work, health, and routine. So opportunities will be coming in hot for work, for your health, for your routine. You might even pay attention more to your health, what you need to do, what you need to adjust to your routine, your sleeping, your eating, your exercising. Okay, and then we have a lunar eclipse, 28th of August in your sign. This is all about endings, releasing, and letting go, especially when it comes to you. What have you been emotionally carrying for far too long that you're wishing to let go of? Whether it's a relationship, a situation, an emotion, truths will be revealed. This is a great time for you to heal, especially your physical body, and just give yourself some time out. Chiron in Taurus, June 19th until September 17th. Wounds when it comes to communication. Yes, people might hurt your feelings sometimes, especially with siblings or your neighbors, or maybe you're trying to learn something and you're just not grasping the concept and it's challenging you. This is challenging your mind, your communication, sense of expression. And this is a time when you need to value what you say more than anything else. Value what you say, see the value, see the worth within it, and the right people will listen to you. Chiron is the wound. In Taurus, it's where we need to hold value for what we say, our thoughts, our ideas. These are money ticket making ideas. You could really pitch projects. You could get sales, contracts, deals, right? Teach something, but you need to let go of devaluing yourself. Whoever rejects you isn't for you. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Some people don't like tea. Some people want ice cream or coffee. Remember that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfect as you are. And once you do that, you will see money coming in through your communication, your ideas, your expression, what you're teaching, what you're learning. You can pitch projects, online content creation. Okay, Venus retrograde in Scorpio and Libra. So the first half, if you are traveling, you might find unexpected travel expenses. If you've been working on foreign business investments prior and they fell stalled, now you reap the rewards during the Venus retrograde period. This can show you hidden matters within legal situations as well. Truths will be revealed. This is influencing truth for you in a big way. It's also, shared resources. With Venus retrograde in Libra, shared resources, intimacy, secrets will be revealed. You'll be very aware of power dynamics, relationships that try to keep you stuck and stagnant. It can be someone you sleep with, you're intimate with. It can be someone that you share secrets with, a friend. This is intimacy, vulnerability, and trauma. You'll be releasing all of that and finding healing. A Venus retrograde is to reevaluate finances and so forth and relationships. So I want you to keep in mind, I'm preparing you about this early so that you can know that this is coming up. So keep some savings set aside. Watch your debts this year. Watch how much you're spending, especially with the Venus retrograde in Libra, where it's going to show you debts and loans and so forth that need payment. But you can reap the rewards if you start things early in the year. This is where you can find yourself financially successful during this Venus retrograde. Maybe you're reevaluating small things, but you're not a sitting duck. Okay, now do comment your placements down below, and I will respond to you in the comments. And wishing you a beautiful, blessed 2026.